I just saw this most uplifting piece of graffiti on a brick wall. Know that you're deeply cherished. It's nice, that, isn't it? Hi everyone. It's Tuesday, the 23rd. It's about 20 to 7 in the morning. I am on the A281 going to Horsham. It's a bit drizzly. There's a slightly irritating rattling noise coming from over there somewhere. I'm not sure that my boot's closing properly. That's bugging the hell out of me. Anyway. Look, I changed my air freshener. Might put a subscribe image on there. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? So, I want to talk to you... Oh, he was close. I want to talk to you about the red hatchback phenomenon. So, I've read some theories that it's more likely than not that we are living in a computer simulation. If you imagine any suitably advanced race will develop technology allowing them to simulate their planet and run simulations and, get results from that without having to wait hundreds or thousands of years for the real thing to happen. And then within that simulation, if you don't know you're in a simulation, you could develop your own simulation, and so on, and so on, and so on. Now, I don't necessarily seriously subscribe to this theory, but it's an interesting one, isn't it? And if we were to take this to its logical extreme, the simulation, from my perspective as a simulant, would need time to load. And I've noticed sometimes that if you're in a hurry to get somewhere, you always get stuck behind a red hatchback. I'm behind one right now. Now, I'm not particularly in a hurry because I'm going to get to work obscenely early, as is my wont, because I just like to get there first because I'm mad. But I'm stuck behind a red hatchback. Doesn't matter what red hatchback. I think this one's a Mazda or Toyota, I'm not sure. Doesn't matter the shade of red. The fact that it's a red hatchback. And I think the reason the red hatchback is there to slow me down is that I was going too fast for the simulation to render everything ahead of me. It's like it's a loading screen. And the red hatchback is there to slow me down, because otherwise I'll just end up in a world of digital nothing because I'll have got there too quick for the render. It's like a throttling mechanism, no pun intended, as a car, but you know what I mean. So that's my theory on the red hatchback phenomenon. That's my ramble for this morning. Now, an interesting question comes to mind. I do not believe in God or gods or anything of the kind, right? I am a true dyed-in-the-wool atheist. And yet, when you start thinking about this this theory that we might be living in a simulation, that brings the whole notion of a creator back into the process, doesn't it? Not a god, just a programmer, which I find, philosophically at least, very interesting. Now, I don't profess to be an expert on any of this stuff. It's just, as a layman, this is just how these thoughts sort of come to me, I've gone past the red hatchback now. I've been allowed, if we're going to extend this analogy, I've been allowed to by the simulation because it has successfully managed to load in the next town or whatever, which for those who are interested is Guildford, and not from Guildford after all, as I say to myself every single time I pass through it. Yeah. Anyway, just thought it was an interesting thing to talk about. and we're on the way home again. It's 25 minutes past 2. So yes, I am working like 6 hours a day because I want to go and see Liz in the hospital every day. That said, I am also getting all of my work done. I went in with the intention of doing 2 very specific things today that I needed a bigger screen for, and did them all by lunchtime. I've literally got no more meetings after 2 p.m. today at work, and I've got inboxes are all clear. So, you know, I feel a little bit guilty, but it's about getting the job done, not about being there, really, in my opinion. And, you know, I've got other things to be paying attention to. I need to pay more attention to work, and that's why I came in today, but I also still need to look after my family, and I just want to make sure that I'm trying to keep everybody happy, and I don't know if I'm keeping anybody happy, if I'm honest with you. So, you know. Anyway, when I get home tonight, I've got a nice tidy house. I can just crash out and go to sleep, because even though I'm leaving early, I've got to go to the hospital now, and it's going to be a very long day, you know. But anyway, I'm feeling good about what I got done today. That's one good thing. Still concerned that my boot is like the gap on one side's bigger than the other, and I don't know whether it's always been like that or whether I only just noticed it. I just don't know. I can't detect any damage on the car, so God knows what's happened. I just don't know. Just don't know. Anyway, yeah, had quite a pleasant day. I did briefly pop to the shops in the town centre after I left work, because I'm seeing pictures of the new Lego Space minifigs, the collectible minifig packs out on shelves, and I thought, well, there's a toy shop in town. There used to be 2. The Entertainer's gone now, I believe. There's a toy barn house, and there's also a WH Smith's. They didn't have any, and as I got that far, I thought I might as well go to the comics shop, as featured previously in this series, but they didn't have anything I wanted either, which is probably just as well. I am supposed to not be spending any money, so yeah. We're coming up to a little tiny point now, which is bizarre, right? So there's a straight road going along, and cars should be able to nip through, but no, it's been specifically closed off for buses only, like a 20-metre stretch of road, buses only. Apart from that, cars can go wherever they want. Now, ostensibly, this is for, I don't know, traffic calming or something, but what it does is they've bolted a little village on the side, and it's like the village have said, no, that road's ours now and you can't use it. So now we have to drive through the village. It's like the opposite of a bypass. It's a bypassant. You must drive through the village, thus, you know, potentially running over pets accidentally and annoying the neighbours and causing more noise and pollution. And it's like, you know, 10 times the journey to do a little U around and through this village than it is to just, you know, nip through. And you can't nip through legally because there's cameras there. And I just find it the most bizarre situation. Surely you'd want the cars to be taking the quicker route rather than driving through your village. Now, admittedly, there's a sign that says access only. No bugger bloody pays attention to that. Everyone ignores it because it's the shortest route, right? And it's always beggared belief to me, to be honest with you. So there you go. Anyway, I'm going to drive home now. So the company I work for, we're like contracting to this other company that is in Horsham. And at its peak, there were about 30 of us from our company on the programme. Now there's 13. There were 7 of us on today's weekly team call, and I was the only one in the office. Now, I was kind of thinking of going in Thursday as well, but that was really just to kind of show my face a little bit, and I've done that now, and I'm wondering whether I might not do another day this week in the office. I don't know. Again, as always, with everything, I'm conflicted, right? Because, I'm trying to keep everybody happy, the client happy, everybody happy. I'm probably failing at everything. Probably annoying the hell out of you, the viewer, as well, with just rambling on like this. But, if you're going to subscribe to a vlog called Total Ramblings, what do you expect, I suppose? But yeah, so I might just leave it today, because I was expecting other people to be in the office today, and they haven't turned up. Not from my company, from the client, and they haven't turned up. So, the point of coming into the office is to sort of interact with people and say hello and stuff. And I think I've spoken to one person all day long who just came to see how I was, and it wasn't even about work really. It was about, the home situation. So I'm not going to say it was pointless, because I am glad I came in and I got some good work done. But it's an early morning. It means, burning fuel. And it's just, I just I'm not trying not to be lazy. I'm trying to be committed. But at the same time, I'm thinking, is there any point going in Thursday? Because I don't have a lot in my calendar, if I'm honest with you. I'm quite happy to extend my working day if I need to, and go and see Liz later in the hospital. But I don't want to miss a day, because that's not fair on her. She's there all the time. She's been in hospital for 4 months. I can't begrudge her a few hours of my time every day. And at the end of the day, that's my job, right? I'm her husband. For better, for worse, in sickness and in health, all that kind of stuff. I feel obliged to be there. She gets upset incredibly easily. The nurses have all said how much brighter she is when people are there and when I'm there. So, it's not just a case of me skiving from work, which is something I do worry and I feel guilty about, but it's a case of looking after my family, really, So as I say, I spend my life trying to make everybody happy and probably just upsetting everybody instead. But that's just the way it goes, I'm afraid. I'm a people pleaser. My mum said to me once, years and years ago, when I worked in the family firm, that you don't get anywhere by people liking you, or something like that, or life's not a popularity contest. I disagree vehemently. If someone's horrible to you, then be horrible to them. But I treat others the way I would expect to be treated, and unless they betray me or do something, I will generally be nice to them. If they're not a very nice person, I probably won't want to be near them. But if they fuck me up, then that's a different level entirely. But being nice to people seems to work, As my hero, the doctor, said, it's just about being kind. It's just kind. It's just because it's the right thing to do. And I'm not really sure how I got onto this topic, if I'm honest with you. It's kind of like a stream of consciousness, this vlog, just like a big information dump. Anyway, probably enough from me for now.
If you enjoy what I do here, although I can't think why, please remember to click the like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I post a new video. You might also want to check out my website, www.worldsbestestpoet.com, if you fancy a laugh.